These are pieces of my mind today. They may be related, they may be not, but they are pieces of my mind. Whatever mind I have. Sometimes we speak, sometimes we shake hands, but sometimes we're lost for words, speechless, and our heads already hurt too much to rattle our brains. And it does not escape me that I misspelled "to" in this context. Sometimes we're stuck. We sit and wait for something to move us. When nothing does, we wait some more, nothing. Then it occurs to us that maybe, just maybe, we have to move ourselves. Then, in moving, we figure out what we're doing and where we're going. It's really hard to move anything with the brakes on. It's time to get up and get going, as opposed to the sluggard who buries his hand in the dish and he won't even bring it back to his mouth. Can we live justly in an unjust world? It's not a concept, but a thrust to be just. In a word, it is to love which is above us, surrounds us, envelops us, has created and is creating us, and to love those who are also created and being created. But it's an unjust world, you cry, protest, and flail. We can try, resist, and ultimately fail to live justly in such a world. Why try? If it were not possible to swim against the tide, there would be no more salmon on the planet. Granted, it's hard, and our charred, scarred, burned, and battered selves must exercise, prioritize, and optimize, but we can live justly in an unjust world. In the end, and at the beginning, it's all we can do, and it is what we cannot be stopped from doing. Father Greg has proven that love, acceptance, respect, and trust can turn lives around. He said, "We choose to stand with the disposable so that the day will come when we stop throwing people away." Father Greg Boyle, founder of Homeboy Industries. Look him up. It's true that we've been informed and inspired by some folks who did some horrible things from which we may have been the beneficiaries, things that destroyed other people and their societies. Our thought processes must be balanced if we're going to learn from history and make a better history for those who study our times. Thus, history textbooks written by conquerors, victors, and dominant cultures, and a few others. But few question them. Even the broader and deeper histories are being written. Even they do not become the textbooks. They're written, documented, and sometimes oral, and I might say they are in the process of being banned. At any given time and from any given vantage point, we will only have part of the story. If we read a lot, ask a lot of questions, and do some of our own work, we can broaden our perspective significantly. Just because some history is not known doesn't mean that it's not powerful and driving many things in the present. Study history, all of history. Hey, I had a history teacher. He taught history and government. Harvey Margolis. No high school government teacher could ever fill a blackboard like Harvey Margolis. He was prolific. He was inspiring. He challenged our thinking. He asked a lot of questions. He got us going. Thanks, Harvey. Beth Moore, one of my heroes, said, "Let scoffers scoff, but let the willing consider the evidence. Madness has descended on our culture in a blinding fog. Pure madness, unreasonableness, irreconcilability, callousness. The devil has come to make animals of image bearers. This he does by convincing us we're gods." We who follow Jesus have been caught off guard and caught up with the rest of our culture. We weren't disciplined by our elders for faithfulness and steadfastness in this kind of madness. We're all ill-equipped, small-hearted, and self-consumed, but we do have to stay. No, I said it wrong. We do not have to stay that way. This is an informal talk. I'm reading to you. I'm making mistakes. I'm stumbling, but I don't have to stay that way either. Do you? I'm beginning to see a pattern in these pieces of my mind and pieces of thoughts that are coming together. Let's see if it follows through. Rethink it. If you awaken to yourself enough to discover that your basic stuff, your way of being and thinking is nothing less than rotten and stinking, here's a plan for you that you can do. Toss it in the can and do something new. If you can think and find your thoughts still stink, then you can stop yourself and will yourself rethink. For every moment of stinking thinking, there is always rethinking. One of the problems with our society is that it's full of people who never embrace critical thinking. So many, right and left, toe the line, repeat the daily sound bites, and remain immune to even considering if irrefutable and objective facts may place a burden of any sort on the personal, collective, social consciousness. Young man, still alive, Jonathan Davis. How about an older man, no longer alive, Immanuel Kant. So easy not to be of age. I have a book which understands for me, a pastor who has a conscience for me, a physician who decides my diet, and so forth. I need not trouble myself. I need not think. If I can only pay, others will easily undertake the irksome work for me. Friends, do your own work. Don't disengage. Think, rethink, get in the game. Never write a line you'd be ashamed to read at your own funeral. L.A. Montgomery. I got to tell you something. I've worked on this. I understand that I have biases. I'll name them. I'll be honest with you about them. I will not shirk them. I will rethink them if necessary. We all have biases, and they're helpful to us when they inform us. They're dangerous when they blind us, and they're disastrous when they rule us. How about yours? Let's pray. O God of new beginnings, O that my end, God of my origins, God of my grand conclusions, O that my end might inform my thinking, might enliven my moments, might caution my movements, might guide my steps, might evoke reverence in my meditations, might amuse any musings with the sacred music that marinates my soul in holiness and worship in the quest for justice, peace, grace, love, and mercy. May thy presence yesterday and today lead me toward that inevitable tomorrow when I shall draw my last breath and awaken to life. These have been but pieces of my mind. Might you share some pieces of yours today? Comment, like, subscribe, share, and get involved.